Some things are difficult to learn. Takes patience to become competent at anything. Regardless, once taught, that skill remains with you permanently. Here is a list of 10 skills that are worth learning to make you and your world better. Number 1. Speaking up. Speaking up is more than merely saying anything when your name is called. You are no longer in school. You are in everyday life. You will be frequently placed in situations in which you are asked a question or questioned about your opinions. You may even have to speak up to correct a violation. 75% of people do have public speaking anxiety. Some people just experience a mild uneasiness while speaking in public. Others suffer from panic and fear. If you want to make the world a better place, part of it is speaking. If you cannot express your thoughts to the individuals surrounding you, how useful are they? So, how would you practice public speaking? If you do not have enough money to pay for a course, then Google and YouTube can assist you. There may be a free lecture nearby or tips and tricks on YouTube. Once you learn to communicate confidently in front of a big crowd, opportunities open up. Look everywhere. How many excellent public speakers do you know or hear by their track record? Do you think Tony Robbins started out that great? Remember, if you cannot express your thoughts, how are you going to affect people and make this world great? Number 2. Be honest with yourself. When it comes to telling lies, you deceive yourself the most. When you're not honest with yourself, you will never tackle any issues and develop yourself or your profession. Is your service the best? If it is, people will adopt it. Once that occurs, how do you distinguish yourself from the contest? When it comes to emotional matters, a lack of integrity leads to failure. If you fool yourself, how else are you going to change your circumstances? Being honest with oneself is difficult. People try to show their bright side on all occasions to others. Number 3. Having confidence. If you have confidence in yourself, you will do more. You have the possibility of trusting in something. You need to operate upon this possibility. Relying upon this possibility leads to a conclusion. You may not have desired this outcome, but you may still be using it. Based upon the outcome, it will strengthen your belief. The quantity of reinforcement depends upon the extent of the result. When you are reviewing your results, consider rule number 2. Lying to yourself is not confidence. Utilize your less than perfect outcomes as a learning lesson and do better the next time. That would in turn boost your confidence. Number 4. Listening. Listening is an important part of excellent leadership. It is something you can exercise with your spouse if you really want to remain happy. As a leader, if you start a meeting by announcing your viewpoint and then asking questions, you can always close the meeting, because the subject has been resolved. As a leader, you always speak last. Letting everyone else speak first provides the others the opportunity to speak their mind openly. Allowing others to speak first grants them the impression that they are being understood. This provides you with the unique benefit of offering your thoughts after everyone else has already spoken. The benefit is that you have the most facts before delivering your decision. Another helpful listening habit is not to shake your head yes or no when listening. You may assume that you are displaying interest, but that is basically the point. You are presenting and not truly getting. If you want to express interest, ask a question. I do not mean interrupting. As soon as the other individual has concluded their thoughts, ask your question. Ask questions for clarification and clarification only. Pointed remarks do not provide clarity. In the end, you will have the opportunity to speak. Being the last one to speak provides you with the advantage of having heard what everyone else is thinking. This looks simple. It is not. Consider becoming the last to talk. Number 5. Time management. Are you competent, or are you ready? It just seems that there isn't enough time during the day to finish all we have scheduled. We appear to be constantly busy. We are busy because we do not want to make inappropriate choices. We let our email, the environment, or other people dictate our agenda. Simply responding is simpler than deciding and planning. Being busy enables us to postpone doing things that should be accomplished. Learn how to manage your time effectively in order to be more productive. You may take away my suit, and I can replace it. If my car is stolen, I can buy another one. Time is the only thing that I cannot replace if it is snatched from me. Learn how to manage your time effectively so that you can become more productive. Number 6. Stop whining. Do not complain or condemn. You claim you don't. Then here comes the challenge. Choose a day, and each time you whine, criticize, or complain, put $1 in a pot. By the end of the day, count the money. Are you shocked? Do not forego rule number 2 when performing this exercise. Even better, invite your family and friends to observe you on that day. If they call you out, you give into the pot. Complaining and whining achieve nothing. Instead of complaining, examine the issue, to see whether there is anything you can improve. Fix the things that you can control. If you have no control over anything, get over it. Do not waste your precious time attempting to modify these stressful circumstances. Criticizing benefits no one. If anyone asks for your thoughts, provide them. Stick to the facts and never become personal. Inappropriate critique is also wasting your time. Remember rule number 5. Time wasted is something you cannot regain. Number 7. Being in the present moment. If you are living in the dark ages, you are depressed. If you dwell on the future, you are nervous. Being in the moment is that golden medium. Keeping in the present is where you possess the most control. It is no problem to dwell on the past. You should be thinking about past occurrences if you are attempting to learn from them. If you've made a mistake in the past, use it to your advantage. What might you have done much better? Quit punishing yourself. The damage is already done. You can only learn from it. You can ponder the future and only manage. You have very little influence over what happens tomorrow. Did you have control and influence over the COVID-19 pandemic? Prepare for what you can manage, but you truly never know what will happen. Remain in the present. This is where you exert the greatest control. If you discover yourself straying to the past or present, you may quickly bring yourself back to the moment. Take the opportunity to appreciate the individual next to you. If you are having dinner, relish the flavor and texture of your meal. Never wolf it down since you are concerned about that meeting you have in the next 30 minutes. By dwelling in the present, you will be joyful. You can regulate what you feel. So disregard the misery of the past or the uneasiness of the future. Focus on the present and boost your well-being. Number 8. Be consistent. Sticking to the same ideals or mode of conduct is consistency. If you want to get healthy, you have to exercise frequently. If you want to be excellent at a profession, you have to practice often. If you want to maintain a healthy lifestyle, you need to routinely eat healthily. Consistency needs dedication. You must question yourself if this is actually what you want to accomplish. You may make it simple for yourself by focusing on one issue at a time. Concentrate on one skill that you want to improve and practice it frequently. Number 9. Get enough sleep. I usually say that more than 5 hours of sleep each night is luxurious. I recognize most people require extra. You now have to know how much sleep you should get the following morning. To obtain adequate sleep, you have to know when to say no. It is not simple. If you have an appointment for an interview in the morning, you ought to say no to a late night with friends and family. Do not worry. If they are genuinely your pals, they will be available on the weekend. Number 10. Have empathy. Having empathy develops relationships. We live in a community, and that involves getting along with each other. Having empathy helps you see how others feel and think. It also helps you in ways you may not even know. Empathy develops social ties. Social ties are vital for both psychological and physical well-being. Empathizing with each other enables you to control your own feelings. Emotional control helps you cope with stress without being overwhelmed. Empathy encourages helpful actions. Don't you believe the world would be a much better place if everyone assisted everybody? Well, that is all for the video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If so, please click the thumbs up and leave a comment. Consider subscribing and sharing it with your friends.